As you know, it's Show and Tell Day, and I'm here with viewer Kathleen Barber Mercante, who is here to show us her recipe. This is a viewer recipe, by the way. We asked on our website for viewer recipes, and we were so entranced with yours, Kathleen, that we invited you here. And if any of you at home have recipes, not the same, I don't want the same recipes, but old-fashioned family recipes, things that are especially delicious. We've had that wonderful floating island souffle, and now we have something that's quite surprising. See that big blank table in front of us? Soon it will no longer be blank.
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right.
So it's polenta with tomato sauce and meatballs.
We're going to make tomato sauce and meatballs on top of the polenta today, and it's a family recipe. And,
now, which side of the family, the Barbers or the Mercantes?
Well, actually, the Ritchies.
Oh, the Ritchies.
My mother's side of the family.
Okay.
And my grandmother, Emma, she was the one who kept this tradition alive with us. Right now, for the sauce, the onions and the garlic are sauteing in olive oil.
And so we're making a lot of sauce. We're going to make a pot of sauce this big.
That's correct.
So there's how many onions?
I would say 2 large onions. If you're using, for this much polenta, you need a lot of onions to make it sweet and a lot of tomatoes. You're going to add the tomatoes in.
So 6 28-ounce cans
That's
of tomatoes.
Correct. Crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
You can crush them on your own if you want.
Or homegrown canned tomatoes if you have it.
Absolutely.
Do you can your own tomatoes too?
Well, I use them right from the garden. I cook them right from the garden. No canning. But my grandmother used to can a lot, actually. Not only tomatoes, but blueberries. So we're going to add all the tomatoes and one more.
Oh, boy.
Okay, let me get that one in. All right. And then, of course, it's going to saute for a little while, but then we're going to add our white wine, 1 cup of white wine, and 1 stick of butter right into the sauce.
Now, the butter is the secret.
Absolutely.
Okay, it makes it, and because polenta, if you're going to serve it with polenta, you'd like that buttery taste, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, so that's interesting.
Butter is an important step into this sauce.
So 1 cup of white wine, and you put the butter in at the end or now?
Well, we'll put it in right now with a little bit of salt and pepper.
So how many sticks? 2 sticks or 1 stick?
1 stick of butter is fine. Let me just get that all in there.
Oops.
Sorry.
Do you use unsalted butter?
I want unsalted butter, which is fine. I'm going to put in a little bit of salt, a pinch, a couple of pinches. There we go. And then some pepper. And then, of course, some parsley and some basil. You can use about 8 sprigs of parsley, fresh parsley. And
a lot. 4 cups of parsley.
Okay. And 2 cups of basil.
Fantastic. Oh, so it's a really tasty sauce.
Yes, it is.
Fantastic.
And then you're just going to let
simmer it for how long?
For at least an hour. I would do a few hours. Just like any good Italian sauce, you need to let it cook for a while. Absolutely.
So then when it's done, it looks like this. Really rich and fragrant and full of gorgeous fresh herbs.
That's right. You can add your meatballs right into the sauce as it's simmering.
Now, what's in the meatballs?
The meatballs, it's just chopped meat, onions, garlic, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, fresh breadcrumbs if you have. That's very important.
Any eggs?
Eggs, of course, eggs. And then, of course, you make them about 4 inches, and then they shrink down, of course, when you make it. Okay, so we're going to start to make the polenta, and Martha, this is my show and tell today. This is very important in making our polenta.
It looks like a skinny baseball bat.
Exactly. It's a stick. It's a polenta stick. Well, in our family, we call it the polenta stick.
But what was it? Because it's broader. Was it a broomstick?
It was probably part of a mop or a broomstick. But my grandmother had this for about 40 or 50 years. And
before you got it?
Before we got it.
And how much water's in here boiling?
Right now you have, this is a 20-quart pot, and you have about 12 quarts of water boiling.
And how much salt?
About a half a cup of salt you're probably going to need.
Okay, so that much? The whole thing? Or
a little more. Okay, that should be fine. And if you want to stir the water with the stick, I'm going to start showing you how my grandmother showed me.
This is the best way to get a facial.
When you've added
I always love cooking over a big steaming pot because it's really great for your skin.
My grandmother Emma, she used to have a special way that she would add the polenta, and you have to shake the polenta in with your hand.
Did Emma have beautiful skin?
Oh, she had the best skin.
You do too. You have really pretty
Oh,
skin.
thank
So I
you.
think I'm just going to do this forever.
Yeah. Well,
Not
you
so good for
are.
the hairdo.
You are going to do this for a while, and you want to cook it, and it has to be stirred constantly for about a half hour to 45 minutes until it's going to get thick. All right, and you shake the polenta in, because if you
So a
don't,
half hour
to
or...
45 minutes,
Okay.
you're going to see the thickness, and it really depends on how cold it is.
So we're
outside.
not using instant polenta?
No instant polenta here. No.
Okay.
Everything was
Now,
done
do you
from...
buy Italian polenta?
Yes, we buy finely ground polenta, and you're going to use about 8 cups of polenta.
Okay.
So
For that amount of sauce?
for that amount of sauce and for this...
And how many people will that serve?
Well, usually it serves about 15 to 20 people, and we have a lot of people and a lot of fun eating this.
Can I
This
call
is the
Wes
best
and
part.
Angie? So I'll keep
Absolutely.
adding and stirring, and Wes and Angie are going to help Kathleen do something else.
Okay.
Okay, Wes and Angie, come on out.
I think we need the stick. All right.
Do you have another stick?
You need that. I think you have that.
Okay.
Uh-oh, so what are you going to do?
They're gonna pour
Now
it
watch
right
this,
out.
everybody. This is what's interesting.
You're gonna pour it.
The table is impeccably
You know
clean,
what?
by the way.
I need this to borrow
Okay,
the
here's your
stick.
stick. Oh. Here, I'll
Thank
stir
you.
with another spoon just for a little while, okay?
Okay. And you're gonna pour it right out.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a trip.
And you spread it out evenly right onto the table.
Now, we haven't even practiced this recipe. We're just counting on Kathleen that it works.
Absolutely.
Right.
This is the good part. And this is the part that makes it so much fun for family members when you have young children. Growing up, we always ate polenta this way. My grandmother always made sure that we had a lot of family over, and we always did it on the first snowfall of every year.
Okay, while they finish spreading the polenta right on top of the table, we will take a break, and coming up next, we'll top off the polenta with those meatballs and that sauce. This is something you won't want to miss.